corazón. Oye, déjame curarte este mal de amores. Me duele verte llorar. Oye, él te trata mal, yo te traigo flores. Dame una oportunidad. Tu cuerpo y el mío juntitos bailando. Tu boca y la mía felices gozando. Vas moviendo la cintura, sube la temperatura. Yo te regalo mi universo, ya no lo pienses más. Oye, déjame curarte este mal de amores. Me duele verte llorar. Oye, él te trata mal, yo te traigo flores. Dame una oportunidad. Déjame decirte, mami, una cosita. Yo te doy lo que tú necesitas. Solo quiero que tú seas mía. Quiero hacértelo. La luna yo te bajaré. Mi corazón te lo daré. Conmigo vas a enloquecer. Yo quiero estar contigo. Oye, déjame curarte este mal de amores. Me duele verte llorar. Oye, él te trata mal, yo te traigo flores. Dame una oportunidad. Oye, él no te quiere, no sabe cuidarte. Oye, yo tengo un mundo para darte. Yo solo quiero cuidarte. Oye, mueve la cintura. Oye, que seas mía toda la vida. Solo eso quiero.
A speedy welcome to the show for everyone. This is SPEEDy Sports on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makudi. We bring you sports moments of your life, and I am Benjamin Kuji. The latest thing that is happening now is in football, especially, is players are trying or in every way trying to force in transfer when they want to leave. And I don't know if this is an in thing or it's the club that is causing these problems, where you see players determined to leave a particular club and the club is not allowing them to go. I think that is what we will be discussing today. But before we go into that, let's bring you up to speed with the latest sport news around you and around the world. The latest sport news around the world for today. Newcastle United Alexander Isak issued a statement of intent to leave Newcastle to why similarly Nigerians Ademola Lookman, who's also struggled with Atlanta's exit, is one of the talking points in the sport world right now, because these players are saying they want to leave their club, and by far the club don't want to allow them to go. So that is what we'll be discussing today. But the sport news for today is Nigeria brought the curtains down on the Confederation of African Athletics Region 2 Senior Athletics Championship in Accra on a triumphant note, clinching multiple gold medals in the final day of action at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. The highlight of the day came in the men's 200 meters, where Chidera Eze Akor produced a stunning performance to win gold in 20.77 seconds, a new personal best. Ghana's Edwin Gadaye got silver, with compatriot Marikzuk Shwaibu third. Nigeria also dominated the women's 200 meters finals, with Anita Enarumaf racing to victory in 23.91 seconds. She was closely followed by compatriot Maria Thompson, who won silver, confirming a Nigeria 1-2 finish. Gambia's Shei Isato completed the podium. In the men's 4x400 meters, the country's Sprint continues their fine form in the relay, powering to a superb win in 33.05 seconds. Nigeria's women ensured further victory in their 4x400 meters relay. In the field event, Victoria Barika struck gold in the women's javelin with her best throw of 49.81 meters. Nigeria Simpson Margaret took silver, while Burkina Faso's Zango Zalisa settled for bronze. The championship confirms Nigeria's growing strength in athletics in the West African region, with the country athletes ending the two-day competition as standout performance in both sprint and field event. After winning all three of their group stage games, Nigeria D Tigers are ready for a big quarter-final clash against Senegal at the 2025 AfroBasket tournament. D Tigers topped Group B after defeating Madagascar, Tunisia, and Cameroon. Senegal, on the other hand, reached the quarterfinals after beating South Sudan, Uganda, and Mali, but lost to Egypt in the group stage. Senegal has a strong history in AfroBasket with 5 gold, 6 silver, and 5 bronze medals. This is their 30th time participating. Nigeria is making its 20th appearance, having won the tournament once in 2025 and finished as runners-up in 4 editions. And back to our topic of discussion. Like I said earlier, Newcastle's United Alexander Isak has issued a statement of intent to leave Newcastle, similar to Nigeria's Ademola Lookman, who struggled with an Atlanta exit, have been made public. Both players have now gone public with frustration over broken promises and strained relationship with their club as they seek for speedy resolution to their transfer sagas. Isak has released a powerful statement making it clear that his relationship with the club is at breaking point. The Sweet forward, recently named in the PFA Premier League's Team of the Season, thanked his teammates and fans for their support, but explained why he chose not to attend the awards ceremony. In his message, Isak stressed that he had stayed quiet while others pushed misleading narrative, but the reality was that promise made to him had not been honored. He described the situation as untenable, declaring, "When promises are broken and trust is lost, the relationship can't continue. That is where things are for me right now, and why change is in the best interest of everyone, not just me." Isak's words mirror those of Super Eagles winger Ademola Lookman, who recently handed in a transfer request to leave Atlanta. Like the Swede, Lookman pointed to broken assurance from the club hierarchy as the cause of his discontent. Despite winning the Europa League and forging a strong bond with Atlanta's supporters, he expressed frustration that the club had blocked his move despite previous agreement. And I am asking this question: should a player be allowed to leave when he wants to leave a club, or should the club ultimately decide when the player leaves? Should a player want to leave a club when he wants to leave, or it's up to the club to ultimately decide when the player wants to leave? That is the question, and that's what we are discussing today. You can call our studio lines on 0903 648 5868 to contribute to this. I'll take the number again: 0903 648 5868. You can also comment on our Facebook handle, that is Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makodi, and I'll be here to read your comments live. Now, we have 2 instances that we actually want to discuss today. We have that are similar in nature. And I think we had earlier discussed Ademola Lookman with Victor Osimhen. But this same time, as we are talking about that, we've discovered that Alexander Isak is also finding it difficult, just like Ademola Lookman is finding it difficult to leave his club. Isak had settled with his club, Newcastle United, that at the end of the season he will be moving. And now Liverpool wants to sign Ademola Lookman. And Newcastle United don't want to let Isak leave. And Isak is seriously angry. Just like Ademola Lookman, he has refused to go to training. He has refused to go back to the club, insisting that they had an agreement. Why not allow me to go? That is for Alexander Isak. Then let's go to Ademola Lookman's case. Ademola Lookman's, the same thing. We all know that he's Africa's best. He had an agreement with the club, the top hierarchy of the club. Maybe it's oral or verbal, I don't know. That at the end of the season he is going to leave, and they all agreed on that. Now Inter Milan are knocking that they want this young man, and the club is saying you cannot leave. They are both very, very angry. Just like the issue of Alexander Isak, he also have stopped training. He has not resumed training. We have a caller. Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Yes.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Yeah, my name is David Dorado. I'm calling from Makodi.
Okay. Where in Makodi?
Yeah, these are Ministry of Works.
Okay. So, should a player decide when they want to leave, or the club should decide when they leave?
You know, there are two things involved. I'm listening to you. I've thought about this issue for some time now. You know, if a player sign a contract with a club,
yes,
you have to honor that contract. Even though if you want to leave, you cannot put on that attitude. In as much as far as you are having a contract with that club, you have to respect that contract, because you voluntarily signed that contract. They did not force you to sign it. You sign it. So if you have a contract with that club, you have to respect that club. In the case of Ademola Lookman, I just want to say something about it. Yeah. Ademola Lookman, in as much as he's a Nigerian, I faulted him of that behavior he portrayed there. He has a contract with Atlanta. Atlanta is 3 years. So, Ademola Lookman, you are a big star, a reigning African footballer of the year. Atlanta, they did not say they will not sell you, but let your price match. Let any club that wants to sign you, let them match your price tag. They say 50 million. It's only Inter Milan that was coming. Inter Milan are giving 40-something million. Look at how the transfer window is now. Look at Mbeumo in Cameroon, in Brentford. Man, you signed Mbeumo 70-something million. Look at the other. Look at Elanga, 50-something million. Okay, you have Ademola Lookman. You have contract with Atlanta. Atlanta, they are saying Inter should meet their price tag. 50 million. They are not even asking more than 50 million. Inter Milan, they are not ready to give them this thing. And you, Ademola Lookman, you submit transfer request. Yes, it's accepted. But for you abandoning training, going outside your club to go and train, and this, why you have contract with them, I don't think it's right. Even though if you want to go, it doesn't put that behavior, because you have contract with that club. You have to honor that contract.
Okay.
The same thing with.
Okay, go on.
The same thing with Isak. The same thing. Isak, you have contract with Newcastle. You have to honor that contract. I remember when Isak was in risk side, nobody heard about Isak the way they heard about him in this Newcastle now. I watched on several occasions that Murphy and Bruno Guimaraes and all those Jellitin, they will hope for. I'll be waiting for Isak. Come and type and put inside the net. All the goals he scored. I'm telling you, honestly, it baffles me. All the goals most of the goals he scored is they work everything. I say, Isaac, type. Murphy will walk ball and hold ball. Isaac, come. They will give it to him and score goal. You see, look at those players. They are disappointed in him.
Okay, just try a round up.
Honestly, with the attitude he just put, the thing is bringing negative this thing in that club. That is what the coach say. He's bringing negative impact in that club because they trusted him. They gave him everything.
But the thing is that there was an agreement that at the end of the season I am letting you go, and despite the fact that your time is already fast spent,
they are not saying they will not let him, but they valued him for 150 million. Any club he wants to buy Isaac, come on, pay 150 million to release you.
Okay, all right, thanks for that one.
Thank you very much. So they should respect that contract. They signed it voluntary. They should respect it.
Okay,
thank you very much.
Thanks for that one. He's saying that as long as you have a contract with your club, you have to stick to that contract. It doesn't matter if you submit your transfer request that you want to leave. You sign a 3-year contract. Stick to your 3-year contract. If you didn't want to play for that club for 3 years, why sign a 3-year contract? 3 years contract. But I still have something to say as regarding that. I don't know. Yes, you have a contract. Yes, you signed the contract that you're going to stay this long. Now, at the end of the day, from what both players are saying, that they had an agreement at the end of season, they are going to allow them go. Yes, that is what was said. Now, what the players are actually saying, or I think they are saying, is that the valuation this club are putting on them is too high. So they are not happy about it. Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yes.
Thank you very much. I just want to show a very good example about the...
Okay, you are calling back?
Yes, I'm calling back.
Okay, I'm giving you just some few minutes, please.
Yes, example about these Victor Eucharist and the FC Porto. You learned that they had agreement with the club, but when the time reached, the president said there is no agreement. You understand? And the price tag has to be made before he will leave. And Arsenal made a price tag before he left. So those clubs now, everybody think this is a level of them getting money now. If you have a good player now, you have money in your good player. You can't let your good players go on cheap.
Okay. It's taken. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. He has a point. He's also saying that despite the fact that we had an oral or verbal agreement, it doesn't hold water, because if I say that this is what you're going to live for, it has to stand. But I don't know if you have a contrary opinion. If you have a contrary opinion, you can call us and let us know. Call us on our studio lines on 0903 648 5868. I'll take it again, 0903 648 5868. Call us, let us have your say on that. The players are actually angry, so to speak, and they have stopped going to training, and it's causing a lot of problems. For what Atlanta coach said, he said, or the management of Atlanta, what they said is that they had an agreement that at the end of, or the club's policy is that at the end of the season they sell just one player, so it doesn't affect the squad. So they had earlier sold one of their players, forgotten his name. They've sold him, so they wouldn't want to lose Ademola Lookman. If they lose those two players, it's going to affect them seriously. Hello.
Hello.
What's your name, and where are you calling us from?
My name is Valentine, calling from George's Quarter.
Your name is what? Sorry.
Valentine, calling from George's Quarter.
Okay, Valentine, go on. Should a player determine when to sell the player, or should the club determine where they sell the player, or a player should, anytime a player wants to leave, he can leave?
Yeah, I go with the last caller because you sign a contract. So you have to honor that. Like, for example, look at the case of Hazard in Chelsea. Hazard wanted his dream was to play for Madrid. When the time came that he's not in rush, so the Chelsea and Madrid should come in agreement on anything that they should come with the price tag. They should make the price tag that he will leave.
So
yeah, but when he was not rushing them. So they should honor the agreement they have with the club, their contract, they have the club. This is putting to the club to make money for them.
So you also know, I hope you also know that a player's career is very, very short. And this is the avenue where a player can also make his own box, so to speak. And now when bigger clubs come to buy a particular player, and the club, your parent club, doesn't want you to go, they put a very high price that you know that no club will come to you. What does that speak?
Well, yeah, I understand, but that's not the way to go about it. Not attending training, that's not the way to go about it. At least, yeah, that's not the way to. It looks so rude to me.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks for that one.
They should honor the club.
Yes.
I leave from that, even they can understand with them. But not if I'm the club president or anything, I will not even say them because they have a contract with me. Because like seriously, yeah.
Okay. All right.
And because it's getting too disrespectful, so they're not turning to training like that. No, Habana.
Okay. All right. Thanks for that one. He's saying that it's becoming disrespectful. And if you're just joining us, this is SPEEDy Sports on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makudi. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
Oh, I'm speaking with Tina from North Bank.
Okay, Tina.
I'm busy, but let me just break.
Okay, Tina. Go on.
Okay. I just want to say, when your contract is remaining 1 year, players want to go. So it will not be like it will become a free transfer and all that. And me, I don't know, especially when the club comes out to say you are allowed to go at the end of the season. And facing that high price, 5 stars, then I think it's not encouraging. But I'm not playing with the club, with the rest of the teammates. I think that too is not encouraging because it tends to see some clubs now coming to you who think you are arrogant. I think this happened to Osimhen, but his own case was different because Conte came out to say he doesn't want him in the club anymore. Yes. His own was different. And compared to that of Isaac and Ademola Lookman, theirs is different. So I think they should be coming to training and not sidelining themselves, just training the rest of the squad. So
if a club decide to hold a player, you have just one year contract remaining, or your contract is just 1 year just left, and you decide to go for free transfer, who loses and who gains?
The club loses. The club loses. So that's what I mean too. I'm saying that I think if they have agreed that you can leave at the end of the season because your contract is remaining 1 year. Like 1 year, you don't want to sign it again. You can leave. I think they should allow them to go. It's a very simple something that should just flow. I don't know whether because Newcastle qualified for the Champions League, so they don't want him to go. Me, I'm just saying it like that. Okay,
then just one question before you go. If Newcastle eventually leaves, what they are saying is that they don't want to. In fact, the two clubs are saying they don't want to sell their top striker to a rival club. Is that a point?
To them, I mean a point because I don't want that particular player to haunt them. I'm just saying it like that. But it's not really a point.
Oh, it's like we lost.
Club their players out to their rivalry and all that. So it's not really a point.
All right. Thanks for that one, Tina.
You're welcome.
Another issue that just came up, I just remembered about it is the two clubs are saying, both Atlanta and what is it called, Newcastle are saying they don't want to sell their key strikers to their rivals, that it's going to definitely affect them. They don't want to do that. And also, there are other little things that are up there that we may not even know. But do you think that the club should actually have a say in a player leaving the club, or the player should actually say that when the player says, I want to leave, the club should allow the player to go? You can call us and let's have your say. I think we'll just take one more call if we have any. Call us on 0903 648 5868. I'll take the number again, 0903 648 5868. If we have just one caller, then we'll call it a day. If we don't have, maybe we'll go to the next segment. But what most of the callers are saying, contracts. If you're going into a contract, you have a contractual obligation to keep that contract, and players are bound by those contracts. And if the club refuses to let you go, you have nothing to do about that. Go on strike, go, don't come to training, don't do anything. At the end of the day, if they don't say you come back, they can even punish you. Yes, they can punish you. And if you have a very wicked management, they can also say that they will diminish your price. The whole season, they just decide to dump you somewhere, send you to reserves, and you'll be there, and there is nothing you can do till, just like Tina said, your contract finally comes to an end. That is when they decide to sell you. Possibly that is why those players didn't want to wait for that. They can decide to just make them fringe players, and their value will diminish. I think that is how far we can go for that segment of the show. For yesterday's result, Nigeria in the CHAN, Nigeria finally got a win in CHAN. Nigeria won 2-0 against Congo, though they have already been eliminated. Sudan played 0-0 with Senegal. While in the La Liga, Real Madrid finally kicked off the season with a 1-0 win over Osasuna. I think this is where we will call the show a day, and this is all the time we have today. And I'm saying I'll see you tomorrow on SPEEDy Sports on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makudi. My name is Kuji Benjamin, and I'm saying God bless your heart. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
This is
Asking Radio 98.5 FM.